guys, what's going on? It's boy Kitchcliff here. Hope you guys have a good day. So today, I haven't made a video in a while, so I'm not in a while, but it's been a couple of days. This is sort of things that I like and don't like about the Mark 85 or in Iron Man figures in general. Now, side note, this is my Mark 85 is my first Iron Man figure. Now, is it a figure that you should go get and should be your first Iron Man figure? No, for me, I have an emotional attachment to the MK85, and I actually love the suit. So it really depends if what figures you like. But I think the Mark 7 is the best deal with the best bang for the buck. So go get that because that's a really good figure. So things I don't. Let's start with things I like about the Mark 85. The Mark 85 figure, and if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. The Mark 85. It's a beautiful piece to have. I think visually it's very appealing to the eye. If you're really looking for a figure that doesn't have a lot of it has a lot of mobility, or not mobility, but articulation. Get the Mark 85 because it's definitely a very beautiful figure to have in the collection. Another thing I like about the Mark 85 is the paint job. The paint job is absolutely fantastic. Hot Toys did a good job on the paint apps. Yeah, they did a really good job. And 3, I like the head sculpt. A lot of people don't like the head sculpt. I get it. I didn't like the head sculpt at first, but then after seeing so many pictures, I sort of went there and like, you know what? I kind of like this figure. So the head sculpt. So I was like, I'm not gonna cancel it. I'm trying to think of anything else that's good. No, I think that's pretty much it. Some of the dislikes. I do not like the accessories that we got. The accessories are very, very underwhelming. For $423, when you add shipping and tax, you're paying $450, $470 depending where you live. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to pay for. And that's why I'm saying the Mark 7 is the best bang for the buck. And for me, I have an emotional attachment to the Mark 85, so I had to go with them no matter the accessories or whatever. The starfish thing, not my favorite, but the base, hands, it has to come with hands. Head sculpt, pretty good. And I believe that's it as far as I know. Oh, the gauntlet, pretty cool. I don't really use it that much. I use it maybe 3-4 times to see if I can knock a pose in my shelf. It just doesn't really fit well with it. So finally skipped it. So now starting with the figure. I do not like the articulation. Now, don't get me wrong, the articulation of the figure is amazing. It's better than having something that's pleather. However, some people like this and some people don't, and I'm the people who don't like this. The extended arm, the extended legs, the extended, waist, I do not like it because what that does over time, and I think what it will do over time, is over time, if you keep extending those legs or even, arms or waist, you're going to start probably seeing some, breaking going on, because honestly, I'm really scared to really extend that arm. It's not my favorite thing to do. I wish they can just delete that feature, just eliminate that feature, because it's a little scary. It's a little scary to deal with, because when you're spending $400, I paid $450 for this figure. When you have something like this that's so expensive, you really don't want any problems with it. And to have a fear for something, it's not right, but it is what it is. I do not like that that feature is it's very scary to deal with. Now you guys might be thinking, oh, you don't know how to deal with Hot Toy Iron Man figure, KG. You have no knowledge. Okay, yeah, maybe. But for me, it's my first Iron Man figure, and I'm going to be a little paranoid when it comes to those stuff. So please bear with me. Another thing I don't like is the paint rubs. Now, or scuffing. The helmet has a little scuff on it. It doesn't bother me much, but over time it might. So I did call Sachi for a replacement, but they said that, you have to replace the whole thing. I was like, no, I'm not doing that, because there might be a light data feature defect. There might be a loose arm, loose legs, anything. I just don't want to deal with it. So I was like, I'm going to keep this because it's better than getting another one. That could be a possible problem. So That's the only thing I don't like. And the light up features, another thing I don't like. It's so useless. I mean, it takes. I think on Tuesday or Monday I took off the batteries off it because I don't want it to be corrosion or leaking around the figure. So I took it off. I took everything out and put it back in the box because I don't want to deal with it. So there's that. And as far as I can tell, I mean, I don't know if I have any other problems with it. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just the idea of extending the arms. I don't extend the legs, guys. Let's just say that I don't extend the legs. I don't extend the legs. I don't. I mean, I sometimes do extend the arms just in case, see if it's I move it around a bit just to give I don't want it to be stuck there all the time. So I do move it around a bit. Another thing I don't like, that there's a ball joint, and it's my thumbnail I made. If you can see, there's the ball joint that sticks to the actual body. There's this little cut, this little seam line. It's so noticeable that you think like the figure is about to break, that arm is about to break. But actually, that's how the mold goes. It's basically two molds connect to each other, and then that's how it goes, because then they connect to the other ball joint with the arm to make the swivel. I mean, it's alright. It's just the fact that you gotta be really careful with it. And I got super scared that I called Sideshow to ask an arm replacement for it, just in case if something goes wrong with it. I have an extra arm. So I'm glad I did that. I should have done it with the other arm, but that's okay. Yeah. So I think really it's just you got to be careful with these Iron Man figures. They're $400, and it's, to be honest with you, it's the most scariest figure that I've ever dealt with, because there's a lot of things that, I mean, the engineering that goes into these Iron Man figures is amazing, but when you're dealing with posing a figure, it's really scary. I mean, I really want to pose my Iron Man. It's just I am really scared posing it because I could break something, and I don't have enough money to go buy another one. It's just that's not how it works for me. So for me, I keep it in a museum pose. I keep his arms like this, just a little more, a little, I don't know if you call it dynamic, but just give it a little presence in the shelf instead of just arms down. I mean, that's a good way to go to keep your figures in a good condition. But for me, it's like sometimes I want to pose my figures. I bought these figures to pose them, but with an Iron Man figure, it's kind of scary to do. So honestly, if I scratch, and I said this in my previous video, is that if I scratch something in the Mark 85 battle damage, I don't care, because that thing's already battle damage, and I won't need to scratch it. Now, there is a little scuffing, like, paint apps, that's how they do it, the little scratches here and there, because just in case if you scratch the figure, it kind of blends in with the other paint apps. So it's like, okay, I get their point. So, like I said, guys, it's an Iron Man figure, so you got to be really careful with it. And also, if you are getting an Iron Man figure, my advice for you is wear gloves. Wear gloves, wear soft gloves, because I'm telling you, fingerprints get all over it, and it's crazy. Like, I got fingerprints all over that Iron Man, and I got to, I'm gonna try to buy some cloth gloves to kind of preserve that sort of clean look. So I'm definitely gonna go buy some gloves, and yeah. Now as far as anything else goes, now my rating, I've already made my thoughts on this, but I didn't really extend it. So I was like, this is kind of, I guess, sort of like an extension to the other video. But for me, guys, I think this figure deserves, now with the flaws, with the stuff, I'll give it an 8. An 8 deserves a good. It's a good score, because you worry about the paint jobs. I mean, you worry about scuffing the paint. I mean, I kind of scuffed the armor plate where I ride the shoulder pads, the little edge. I mean, that doesn't really bother me that much, because it just blends in with the battle damage stuff, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, and also I would think like the verge of breaking the extension parts, where you extend the arms to give them better articulation, the legs, the waist. Yeah, it's a little scary. So definitely be careful with it. The lights as well. So that's why it deserves an 8. Oh, and also accessories. So an 8. Maybe 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. That's my score. So I think that does it. I think that does it for here, guys. Tomorrow there might be a live stream, so check out that Thursday tomorrow. And what's today? Well, I gotta check my phone real quick. February 24th. Tomorrow will be February 25th. So make sure you stay tuned for a live stream tomorrow around maybe 5. Really depends when the figure comes. I'll make a live stream on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think of my thoughts and my concerns for an Iron Man figure? And do you have any concerns for yourself if you're picking up an Iron Man figure, or if you have the Mark 85 or planning to get the Mark 85? Do you think that this video helped you to sort of understand what to look for in a Mark 85? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys want to follow me on any social platforms, I only have Instagram, KG_collector. I put it in the description below. And subscribe to the channel if you want. If you guys want to see some amazing content from me, I mean, if you want to, like, dislike, it don't really matter to me. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye bye.